Well, my Beeb, we made it. They are simple words, but after the complicated year we've had, it means so much more. We basically saved all the most difficult trials that could have been spread out over the last 5 years of our relationship and stuffed them into 1 year. Wedding planning, becoming homeowners, Jen's neighbors, and Drew, and me starting a new job would have been enough, but the universe seems to like throwing us curveballs. For those here who may not know, I was given a cancer diagnosis back in March and just completed chemo treatment last month. While we had a lot of support from family and friends, I cannot express how much you've done and continue to do to support us. I would not have made it through the hospital stay or the treatment without you. I know that you are the one for me, especially since you have stayed with me in sickness and in sickness. But I've known you were special for a long time. From the first time you carried the wheelchair up the stairs at Phantom Comics, even though you didn't like watching me crawl up the stairs, to the time you surprised me with birthday tickets to Into the Woods at Ford's Theater. I don't fit the classic knight in shining armor cliche, but I know you'll love me even when I go bald, or if my legs shrivel up when I'm old. You have done so much for us, especially to get us here today. There was a long stretch of time where I was too sick to do anything, and you stepped up to make all of this happen. I would not have been able to continue my life here without you, and now I don't want to. From today and every day after, I promise to tell you how much I appreciate you and all the things you do, to remind you to take medicine when you get your weekend headaches, to try and get you to remember to drink enough water, to listen more than talk, to try not to gripe when I do the dishes, to generally not be a pain in the ass. I will try really hard. To communicate how much you mean to me and to provide as much love and support as I can until we are old and gray. There will never be enough words to express how thankful I am that the universe decided to bring us together. We've already had so much fun, and I can't wait for the next chapter of our lives. I love you the most.
Tony, in 2016, I made a list of the qualities I was looking for in the person that I end up with. I closed my journal and I never looked at the list again. Less than a year later, we started hanging out. I'm so lucky to have found someone who's open-minded, hardworking, independent, affectionate, and respectful. I'm so lucky to have found someone who likes all the same video games, anime, shows, and movies as me. Who would have thought that a dream I had where I was driving us and we got into a crash would get us to start hanging out? I had no idea the significance at the time. When I think back to when we first started dating, I hardly recognize us. We've both evolved so much as people and so much has happened. I used to be so scared to open up and to stand up for myself, but you always strove to make me feel safe and loved and pushed me to share my feelings all the time. You've really helped me to build my confidence over the years. When we started dating, I never would have guessed we would go through what we've gone through this year. We've shed so many tears. I was so scared when you were in the hospital, and I know it can't compare to how scared you were. When we didn't know what was happening, I remember thinking that I might lose you. And I don't even have words for how devastating that thought was. Once we knew what was up and we started treatment, I knew I had to be strong for you to get us both through it. Because when I'm with you, I want to be brave. And when I'm with you, I want to push myself past my limits. And when I'm with you, I want to dream about what my life could be and make that dream happen with you in it. We've made it through dealing with broken metro elevators, toxic jobs, a worldwide pandemic, and cancer. I know that we can get through anything. I'm so excited for our future together. I can't promise that I won't argue with you about the dishes, but I can promise that we'll never go to bed angry because I know you hate that. When we first started dating, I said I would carry you and your wheelchair across the world and back, and I mean it, I will. Thank you so much for agreeing to spend your life with me. I can't wait to see where we are 80 years from now. We'll probably still be sitting on the couch watching the last seasons of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure because they take forever to animate them. I love you so much.
Keep this short and sweet, especially since the whirlwind of you guys' ceremony was just emotional and unexpected, but very beautiful. So I first met Erin in college through our mutual friend, Sam. And I admit, my first thought of Erin was a little unexpected. I felt a bit threatened. I had met my first college friend, Sam, and she introduced us, and I thought, who is this girl? She's gonna take my first college friend, and I'm gonna be alone throughout college. She was so cool and like suave, and I was like, oh, I'm never gonna compete with this girl. But then the unexpected happened, and I realized Erin is an amazing person. And we clicked just like that, especially with our friend Sam, and then later Megan, and it completed the alliance. A little inside joke. And before you know it, like, me and Erin were rooming together, and somehow I was making my best friends in college, and I knew that it was going to be the four of us till the end of time, until we die. So you guys are it. As you know, it will never be anyone else except for you guys. And she's just become one of my best friends, along with you guys. It's perfect. And I never thought I'd have close friends like you guys. And Erin just gets me. We like a lot of the same things. And then she met Tony. And I like to say that she's marrying the male version of myself. We basically share the same birthday, May 21st, both Geminis. Yeah. We share a lot of the same interests, anime, Doctor Who. I come to their place, I just chill on their couch and I talk. And Tony's always there to, ask me about how work is, how life is. And sometimes, just like Erin, he tells it to me straight. And I appreciate that. And I think that's one of the reasons that I really appreciate Erin, because you found someone in Tony that gets you. And I'm so glad that you found someone. And I don't always express myself very emotionally, but you have become someone that I really appreciate in my life. And I'm so glad that you found Tony, because he's your best friend. He's like the perfect person for you. And I'm so glad that you found someone that will be there with you forever and will always hold your hand. And if you can't call me, Tony's right there. And I know he gets on you for, why don't you call Turquoise? Why don't you call it Megan or Sam? And I know we're like that, where we can go months without speaking to each other, but it'll be 6 months and we're like, oh, what's new? And it'll be like no time has passed at all. But I'm so grateful to be able to stand here and be your maid of honor and say that you guys will have a life of wonder and joy. And I hope the very best for you guys through thick and thin. No matter what you guys do, I know it'll be together and we'll always be there with you. So I'd like to raise a toast to Tony and Erin. May you have an amazing journey together, because I know it's going to be great, and we're going to be along for the ride.
What a great day for this couple to get married. Am I right? Am I right? What a great day. I've known Anthony since before the dawn of the dinosaur shoes. Yup, that's what Anthony called my shoes one time when he was pretty tipsy. Dinosaur shoes. I've been best friends with this guy for 26 years. Very few friendships last that long. And I am very grateful for the bond that we have upheld all this time. From birthday parties to surprise college and graduation visits, we've had a pretty rocking time through it all. And being partners through crime through it all has been great. The Obergs have always been so great to me with open arms. I would say that Anthony's, grandfather Pepe was like a second grandfather to me, and I know he'd be so proud of Anthony and Erin today. So let's give a hand for that. We all know that this guy over here has been dealt a pretty tough hand throughout his life. He's taught me a lot, including overcoming adversities, being patient, as well as being grateful for no matter what happens, no matter what life throws your way. I taught him a few things as well, including laying on your left side helps pass gas. How to engage in the infamous death call, as Mr. Oberg called it at birthday parties. It was something like this. Ah! And on top of that, I always taught him that our third grade teacher, Mrs. Barty, was a farty. When Anthony told me he was moving down here, I knew that for what he accomplished and overcome, he was more than ready for it. A few years passed, and Anthony was killing it. When he first told me about Erin, I knew that he not only found his new partner in crime, but also the love of his life. Erin is such a sweet, kind soul, and there isn't a better match for Anthony. There isn't a better match in this world than Anthony and Erin. No matter what obstacles are thrown their way, they are able to overcome them. They are both so strong individually together that they're an unbeatable force. On a separate note, did you know that if you buy a plot of land in Scotland, you are officially designated as a lord or a lady? When I learned this, I thought to myself, what better way could I honor this wonderful couple? So what did I do? With that being said, let's all give a toast to Lord Anthony Oberg and Lady Erin Buchanan. Hear, hear.